Ja, mach doch mal.
Something new, taking my steps only forward. A change in the air, can you feel it too? This world is so big around the corner. So many possibilities. No dream can be too big. 'Cause this is the start of something new. 'Cause now I know this is my time. Time to just be me. Time to hold my key. 'Cause this is my time. Time for me to choose what I wanna do with my time. With my time. Life is a blessing, such a gift, and I am so lucky to be here. Live to the full, let's don't resist. No time to waste, so have no fear. So many possibilities. No dream can be too big. 'Cause this is the start of something new. 'Cause now I know this is my time. Time to just be me. Time to hold my key. 'Cause this is my time. Time for me to choose what I wanna do with my time. 'Cause this is my time. What I wanna do with my time. My time is meant to be all mine. All I bring with me in life is my time. My time is mine. And now I know this is my time. Time to just be me. Time to hold my key. 'Cause this is my time. Time for me to choose what I wanna do with my time. My time. Time to hold my key. 'Cause this is my time. My time. wait. I know that you're afraid, but it'll be okay if you just stay with me. And we can run from here, and we can disappear, and they won't find us where we are going, dear. So baby, hold on to me, 'cause I know I can make you believe in something that only we can see. Oh, so baby, hold on to me, hold on to me, hold on to me, 'cause I know I can make you believe in something that only we can see. Oh, so baby, hold on to me, hold on to me. You got me thinking about tomorrow more than I ever have before. You're bringing light to my shadows. Every day you leave me wanting more. Every time you come up in my mind, a smile comes across my face. Even though I have no idea what we'll find, when I'm with you it falls in place. You're one of a kind. 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 You show up first to every party, and you think tequila is your friend. You never say that you're sorry, and no matter what you can't pretend. Every time you kiss me goodbye, as I'm about to board a plane, you can't hold back the tears in your eyes, even though I'm only gone for days. You're one of a kind. 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 When I'm on the road, I need you to know there's lots of chances for love, but nothing's like our home. Every time you come up in my mind, a smile comes across my face. Even though I have no idea what we'll find, when I'm with you it falls in place. You're one of a kind. You're one of a kind. You're one of a kind. You're one of a kind.
Trust me, I don't wanna beg you to love me. Won't you feel me? I don't wanna force you to hold me. What if I keep you on your toes? What if I give you the right dose? Is there somewhere we can go to fix these broken roses? If I told you that we could have a better life, would you bring the old you? Or is that person still alive? If you took him off the shelf, would he even be himself? If I told you that we could have a better life. No sleep, you'll never find me dreaming these days. Lonely, I had to get another set of keys made. What if I keep you on your toes? What if I give you the right doses? Is there somewhere we can go to fix these broken roses? If I told you that we could have a better life, would you bring the old you? Or is that person still alive? If you took her off the shelf, would she even be herself? If I told you that we could have a better life.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear guests, dear press, welcome to the opening press conference of the Paris leg of the Freestyle Chess Grand Slam Tour. My name is Fiona Steil-Anthony. I will be your host for the day, and I'm joined by world number one Magnus Carlsen, the founder and CEO Jan-Henrik Büttner, and our COO Thomas Harsch. The way the press conference is going to work, I'm going to ask each of them one question, and then we will open the floor to the journalists. So, Magnus, I will start with you. You've mentioned a couple of times that freestyle chess for you is the future of chess. Can you tell us a little bit about why you think so and what it is that you like so much about freestyle chess?
Yeah, there are.
It's working.
It's working. Yeah, there are a couple of things. First of all, it's what I enjoy to play, and I think a lot of the other players enjoy it as well, for a couple of reasons. Firstly, there is no opening preparation, which I think gives the game a unique character, and it means that it's more mind against mind, and you can actually do something creative from the very first moves. And for me, it's so much more exciting to sit down at the board and to be able to create something new and know that every game is going to be an event. We also believe that it is very exciting for people to watch, especially I think for a lot of people who may not have seen a lot of chess. I think people, like, whatever they want to consume, I think they want to see the best have, you know, they want to see them thrive, but they also want to see them being set challenges. And I feel like this is kind of the ultimate challenge, to sit down at the board, have plenty of time on the clock, but having to figure it out from the very start, and to see these top chess players both struggle but also thrive at times.
And Magnus, just for you, I have a quick follow-up question. You are currently playing against the world a freestyle match. Is the tournament not going to get in the way of that?
No, that's all right. I mean, so far, you know, I played 2 moves, and on my second move, I sacrificed a pawn, which I have no idea whether it's good or not. But that's what you get in freestyle, is that even on move 1, you don't have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 options as you would have in normal chess, which you would more or less know what a lot of them would lead to. You have so many more options. So I was sitting on move 1. I'm considering 5 different moves at the very least, and then even on the second move, there were so many options as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to to see. I've last played like a game against the world, which I guess was Norway back in 2002. So it's been a while. Back then they actually played really, really well. So I'll be interested to see if the public has gotten better or worse.
Well, I'll be following along. My next question is to you, Jan-Henrik. Freestyle chess, of course, is your baby. You're the mastermind behind it all. This event is the first time that the Grand Slam Tour is leaving your home turf of Weissenhaus. We are now in Paris. Yesterday we had a content day. Today it's getting started. Your thoughts on what's been happening so far and your expectations for Paris?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, we are, of course, exploring new territory here on one hand. On the other hand, we already had a rehearsal of that in Singapore, where we were outside of our hometown. We didn't have a Grand Slam at that time, but we had this epic match between Magnus and Fabiano. You see many pictures of this here around, and so we created a lot of good images. The same we do with Paris as well. I don't know whether you already saw the little trailer that we did from yesterday and the days before. So we are showcasing the city, and that's also something that we have done in Singapore and we are doing here as well. And it already has borne a lot of fruits, because I can tell you that we are in deep negotiations with very, very interesting cities that are willing to pay a lot of money for our freestyle chess circus to come to their city, so that we showcase their city in that surrounding. And so that is also for us here, being outside of Weissenhaus, also showing, like being in the public. We were at the Blitz Society a day before yesterday. There will be something going on the whole tournament. I think Levon Aronian is going to be there with his wife. They're going to do some entertainment during when the players are playing, and so commentating. So we are showing that it's a movement. You know, next also for after Paris, we have Karlsruhe. We have taking over the freestyle chess, Grenke freestyle chess instead of the classic. So it's going to be a movement. We are going to have 3,000 chess players live in a hall playing freestyle chess. And I think we really show that this is something not only for the pros, but also for the normal chess player and even amateurs to try and see how it's going.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Jan-Henrik. And finally, Thomas, as the CEO, you're in charge, as the COO, you're in charge of operations, growth, sponsorships, among others. Weissenhaus just concluded in February. Your thoughts on how that went and what opportunities you see for the future?
Yeah, thank you. I mean, Weissenhaus was a huge success from many different perspectives. I think we saw some great chess. We had incredible guests that visited us, but one thing that for us, and we said it at the Weissenhaus press conference, was a huge priority is getting eyeballs to what we're doing, growing freestyle chess and reaching a lot of people around the world. And we definitely managed to do that. We grew roughly 3 times, or 3x, compared to the first edition at Weissenhaus in 2024 across the broadcast, social media, and PR. And that was a huge success, and I think that was driven by us doing a lot of new things. We, for example, had, and we'll have it here again, the community stream, where, as Jan was alluding to, we try to make chess much more accessible, and we make it entertaining and exciting for people that maybe aren't the top-level chess players, that are more amateur and casual players. We had a lot of content creators on board, and we continue to do so. And I think here in Paris, we obviously learned a lot still at Weissenhaus, and so we're turning it up a notch every time, and are super excited about how it's going so far.
Yeah, the tournament is about to start. We're all very excited. I'm now going to open the floor to the press for questions. Just let me know to who you would like to address your question. S'il y a des journalistes français qui ne parlent pas anglais, vous pouvez poser la question en français. Je la traduirai. La réponse sera en anglais. So, any questions from the press? Yes?
Do you mind if there is any changes in the tournament? Is there possibility there is any changes in the tournament formats?
To who is your question? For who? For Magnus.
I didn't quite understand. If there are, do I mind if there are changes to the format?
Do you plan to change the tournament, the format of the tournament for the next tournaments?
I think that's probably a question to Jan and Thomas rather than than me. I intend to play whatever format there is.
Yeah, it's very interesting that you said this question because we are constantly learning new things and we are constantly evolving. And I think everybody, not only in chess, as Magnus used to say, which was the first time when I was drawn to his attention that when he was already world champion, like for many, many years, he said in an interview, I'm just starting to understand chess, which I think was really great for the best player of all time to say, because you have to be humble and to say, okay, we don't know everything. We don't even know anything. So we are trying to evolve the game. And so we are very open to new things. And I can tell you, we are just discussing, for example, ideas that even we haven't discussed with Magnus or the players yet, thinking about integrating like other forms. So for example, right now we are considering the fact maybe to open it more to like a rapid and blitz kind of format in addition. We already had this idea before, like half a year before. We called it then freestyle R&B kind of thing, so that we element. So maybe but we are doing this together with the players. So if the players, like the technical meeting yesterday, we say, okay, we have these ideas, and also there are some ideas that come from the players or some ideas that come from us. So we say, okay, maybe in the future. So one example would be we could instead of having the round robin, maybe like 2 days of this freestyle, maybe we do a classical rapid and a classical blitz tournament, like for classical chess, and then maybe entering into the freestyle, so have it more like a round thing. But that's something. It's just an idea that came up this morning at breakfast with some people. I said, like, why not? So you're asking this question now. Just as you know me, I'm always just very open. I'm open book and just putting it all out there to see how the reaction is. And if this is good, so we are very open to changing the format if it is like. The guarantee that we are playing chess on the highest level, that we are playing the chess that Magnus and the top players want to play, we are very open to changing all the rules.
Thank you, Jan Henrik. We have 10 more minutes. Do we have any more questions?
Pourquoi vous avez choisi, vous allez traduire pour moi, ça s'appelle.
Oui.
English is not so good. Pourquoi vous avez choisi Paris? Il n'y a quasiment jamais de grand tournoi à Paris.
So I guess this question probably also to Jan. Or why did you choose Paris? There are not that many big chess tournaments happening here in the capital, so why the choice?
Yeah, so again, we are following basically different models of success of other sports, right? So there's a Formula One element to this, there's a tennis element to this, and so out of this, I said tennis in terms of like Grand Slam. I talked about these names, the ATP kind of like the players organization. It's an ATP tour, so we are trying to make it a players tour. Like yesterday, again, we just had a technical meeting, and we want the players to decide what the rules are, and so if the majority of the players wants to change the rules, we do that. And so the same is like with the venues. So the idea is basically to have a Grand Slam tour, to be a real global sports tour, which only Formula One is actually at this point on the highest level, which takes place on all continents, right? So we want to expand, or we will expand to different continents, but of course we started in Europe, and we did it, of course, in Germany. And as the Paris we have chosen for the following reason, because you will see in 2 weeks we're going to have the third Grand Slam already in a totally different format. We're going to have the Grenke Freestyle Open with 3,000 chess players in Karlsruhe, which we're taking over. And we just looked for, as we knew this in advance, we looked for a big capital city, which is not too far, so that we have logistically, we can move from one to another. If we would have the next tournament, like say in 2 weeks, like in China, or we would be in China right now and would come back, would be the problem. So it's basically a logistical piece, and also we just love the city. So the thing is that I think it's great showcase, because you will see we can showcase the city as much as we also like to show it in Singapore. It's a great way to show also other host cities, look, this is how we can present your city. And Paris, of course, holds itself very beautifully to be presented to the world, in the world of chess.
Thank you very much. Right.
Maybe just an extra comment is that in 1 month we'll be celebrating the 35th anniversary of the Imopar Trophy, which was the first knockout speed chess tournament in front of 15,000 people, which led afterwards to the Inter Grand Prix, which was the first chess set. So to answer your question, there is a reason to be in Paris, because it is a way of celebrating public chess. Chess with big public.
Actually, maybe Magnus, I can ask you, how do you feel to be in Paris? Are you excited to be here and for the event? And what do you think of the venue?
Yeah, it's a funny thing you mentioned. Like, obviously, I read about the IMOPAR tournaments. That was, as you said, start of the Intel Rapid Tournament Series, which honestly was a little bit of a precursor to a lot of the things that we want to do these days. And as for me, this venue is absolutely beautiful. We've been as lucky as it gets with the weather, so it means that these surroundings are even more picturesque than they usually would be. So yeah, it's a fantastic venue for chess, and I just hope that we can we can live up to that as players.
So we have 5 minutes, Vivasha.
Yes, it's to Jan Erik, the question. What is the time frame you're giving yourself to have an assessment about the concept, and if it is business-wise working, and are you giving 1 year, 2 years, some tournaments? Do you have already planned that? I'm sure you have probably thought about it. Could you please share that with us?
I'm a very impatient person. I have everything has to happen yesterday or immediately, and so therefore we are already on that path. And so this is what we have laid out right from the beginning. In the first year, last year, we did the GOAT Challenge, which was completely surrounded around Magnus, about his challenges. It was his tournament. So we evolved from that to the next stage. We did Singapore, where we had like the matchup between the then number 1 and number 2 in the world, Magnus and Fabiano, on the Singapore level, just to showcase basically what we can do. We then entered into this year where we already laid out that we're going to do 4, 5, maybe 6 Grand Slams of this year on different continents, where we lay out the Grand Slam tour. We knew that it's going to be very expensive, right? So because one of these tournaments, like here, costs between 3.5 and 4 million euros, just to give you an idea, just what we are spending here, right? In Paris, yeah. And Weißenhaus was a little less cost intensive because we have a home turf and so on. Of course, Paris is a much more expensive city and so on. But so Weißenhaus costs around 3 million. This is more around 3.5 to 4 million. So out of that, we still have the prize fund of like 750,000. So we are doing this and we are pre-funding it. The reason why we raised venture capital is to not be reliant on sponsors like from the first day. So we could do whatever we wanted to do with our money. So we totally pre-funded the first event in Weißenhaus, the second event in Weißenhaus this year, February, the Singapore event, and this event, and also the Karlsruhe thing. So these are the 5 events that we are completely funding out of the venture capital. But we are already very well along the way with additional sponsors, because we will not go on like that. That's not something where I would give myself or us like a year or two to say, okay, let's just continue to have fun and spend like 4 or 5 million, whatever, every 2 months everywhere. So we are going now and we are already very far, and you will see some press announcement maybe in a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks or so, that what we are going to do actually in July, in September, and in December actually, we already said South Africa. But because we are in discussion with a couple of host cities that are willing to really put up the checks, to really say, okay, we are willing to put up maybe 50%, maybe 75%, maybe 100% of the event cost. We are willing to do multi-year deals that you come to us, like, for example, in Formula One, they go to the circuit at the same time, investing into it, sharing with us the upside, basically the local upside, the regional upside for them, the international worldwide upside for us. So we are on a path so that the event costs for us are going to zero and maybe break even and positive, so that we can use the rest of the venture capital money to grow our whole venture in terms of the whole social media. We're looking at the betting side as well once we enter into some other countries and cities where this is more appropriate and so on. So that's basically our timeline is very short. We want to be break even like as soon as possible, maybe this year, maybe next year. And we want to use the venture capital money that we have raised so far, around 20 million that we have raised and took in. So we are very much reliant on the support of the venture capital and the investor industry. And now we got the money. Now we have to deliver, and we are delivering.
Great. I come from private equity. So that's why I was asking this question.
Perfect, yeah.
And also
Want to invest? We still have some opening.
So that's why I was wondering, the venture you're talking about, are they people from the financial sector, or are they from the industry, or are they from the gaming industry? So
it's mainly from the venture capital, from the private equity sector, but also some strategic partners that are looking into it from a sponsorship perspective, but also from a strategic partnership perspective. They want to have a toe in the water, so to speak. And so, I can tell you that I'm coming from venture capital. I did 15 years venture capital myself. I funded, a lot of companies. The fund that I founded has now 4 billion under management. So we do all these things all together. So I know what's going on. So my goal has always been to say, okay, I want to get this venture. I do this one financing round now. We're going to go to break even because we're not going to continue fundraising. We're not one of those startups that go to the investors all the time and say, we need more money. We want this. So this is why we are raising this as much money as possible. And again, for your question, the round is still open until April 21. That's the one. So, and it might be the last opportunity to invest in this venture. So if there's any private equity out there to be interested, come to us now. We have 2 weeks to close it, and then it's done. And
excellent commercial guy.
Pardon?
Excellent commercial guy to sell what is really.
Well, I mean that's my part, right? So we need to we need to make this work because I mean looking at the venture capital, they give us 20 million. They are not looking for a 5% return. They're looking for a 10 to 100x, which we're going to deliver. And so that is also why we need the independence to get as much money as possible right now. Take the dilution right now rather than having to go to the investor and say, we miscalculated and so on and so on.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome.
And that brings us to a close of this press conference. Thank you very much to everyone for attending. The opening ceremony will start at noon and the round at 1 o'clock. So thank you for coming and please enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Okay.